Welcome back, YouTube, to more MSQ playthrough. We are officially caught up. We are officially in Dawntrail. God, it feels good. It's been a long time coming. We've come a long way. Thank you so much for following along on this journey. Thank you for watching up to this point. And I'm just fucking giddy and excited to get this going. So let's go ahead and pop into it. A new world to explore. Ojika Sunishika has a message for you. Welcome back. Just had word from Erinville. It seems he's managed to secure passage to Torel aboard a guild ship vessel. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go and inform your travel companions? It should only take a moment. Yo. We're also going to be taking our sweet ass time through this expansion. Our sweet ass time. Look at that map. Look at that map. I wish it was a little bit I wish it was a little bit bigger, but looks good. Ojika gave us the good news. We've made ready to set sail at the moment's notice. The only one yet to arrive is Erinville himself. Ah, you're all here. It took some persuasion, but the Gleaner's Guild ship has granted us places aboard a vessel bound for Torel. There'll be other passengers, researchers and artisans and the like, so we'll need to share deck space. That's fine, Erinville. I doubt anyone expected we'd have a ship all to ourselves. They're not questing off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now is the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what it is we'll be doing in Torel, yes? We've not forgotten. The nation of Tulial is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. Tuliolal. That's going to be hard to... We'll get there. As your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rite of succession and support your bid to become Dawn Servant. In addition to that, Alphanode and I have another objective. As part of its reconstruction, Garlemald seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors. By visiting Torel, we hope to learn more about how its myriad cultures interact with one another, how they find common ground, develop stronger ties, the sort of insights that might help our friends in Ilsabad. But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can be assured that we'll give the contest all due attention. That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're welcome to do as you like. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Kyle? Yes, as far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he'd been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawn Servant. Yet oddly enough, we have no record of that investigation in our archives, and nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for reasons both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You can get your answers right from the source. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one with an interest in the City of Gold. The Golden City is a children's bedtime story. I am part of this expedition only because the Third Promise has commanded that I serve as guide. Still playing the part of the stoic servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind. Hoist sail and let the wind take us as she pleases. Well said. We won't get far wallowing in the shallows. Right, then, if all are still committed to the journey, then I say we make ready to depart. I should totally I should rewatch the trailer just to get like super amped up for this. I think I will. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna watch the trailer. Yeah, completely should have. Yeah, I watched the I just watched the trailer. Pumped, stoked, excited, thrilled. Let's go. Let's go. Eager as they are, the others have already left for the harbor. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well. Awesome that we're taking off from Charlian, because like when Endwalker started, like coming to Charlian was like a sign of yes, we are in Endwalker. Good transition.
Savoring the moment, I can feel your excitement.
Hell yeah.
Eagerness to explore the unknown.
Let's fucking go.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Do not be so quick to relax. Though Tural may seem but a short sail away on a map, the vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels.
I love the real world
Even following the
tie-ins.
safe route plotted by Admiral Bufiswin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough. Disappointingly so.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
All aboard! We're casting off!
It's time. I trust you have everything you need? And so does our ship cast off from the docks. We sail west, as Cattenram did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children as the continent of Tural.
That's cool. She's on the bowsprit.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me, Woklamat.
We shall see. Give me that title crawl. Give me that title crawl. Oh, not yet, not yet. Not yet, okay. This new map is sick. Didn't show us go all the way to Tuliol. Tuli Yolal.
Smooth sailing so far?
Aye, so far so good. But this sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know. Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliolal and the right of
Tuliolal. Tuliolal. Tuliolal.
Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own. Did you look out across these same waters, Grandfather?
I like that the twins had like a whole thing with Archon Louisois, and now Kral has this whole thing with Galuf. Bonyatain. Oh, this will be my first visit to Tural. Bonyaitain's the name. I was working at Eshtaim's Aesthetics in Ul'dah, you see, but my employment with them came to an end. That's why I visited Charlian, in the hopes of starting over. While I was attempting, and failing, to find a new job, I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard a room for another passenger had suddenly opened up. I'm told the Dawn Servant welcomes all regardless of origin, and so Tuliolala seemed like the perfect place to begin anew. Hopefully things will be better this time. I see you in Eorzea before. You great and famous hero. Yeah, I've had enough of playing the simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain the deception, but with more of you Eorzeans coming to Tural, it's become impractical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our war band have fallen, and so we head home to lick our wounds. My story? Well, since you asked, I wanted to retrace the historic journey of the great Kentenram. You know, the first Eorzean to set foot on Tural, almost 80 years ago. The Mamul Jah's leader is said to have welcomed Kentenram with open arms and sent him home with a bounty of silverware as a token of their friendship. But the real treasure was the crops he brought back. Popotos, tomatoes, and corn, which spread across Eorzea like wildfire. His grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. The tales say Kentenram returned to Tural several times after that, but his ship vanished during his last recorded voyage, and he was never heard from again. That even a seasoned explorer like him could meet such an end is testimony to the ocean's peril. An adventurer, I presume? I'm a merchant myself, based in Ul'dah. Specialty imports and exports, Eorzean and Turali both. If this is your first crossing the salt, as they say, do remember that the social mores of Eorzea are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. Consider this. It is not uncommon for the various races to be referred to instead by the names of certain clans. For the Mikote, the Hitsaro, the Hrothgar, there's Zrabal, not because every member of a given clan is of the same race, mind, but because many individuals of said race are associated with that clan. A fair assumption in most cases, but take care not to give offense. Did you want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who will next sat in the Dawn Servant's shiny chair. There are 4 claimants in the right of succession. Your young Wook Lamat being one of them, of course. But what of a Mamul Jah bloke was telling us the other 3 are all strong contenders. Not too many keen to risk their coin on the third promise. Did you learn anything of interest? Oh, I hadn't heard about the clan names. We should have Wook Lamat and Erenvale teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a little chilly up here on deck. Let's all gather in the cabin.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
How's your stomach? Any better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick. I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Erenville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many of you ever live there?
The Shatona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Shaktural.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother...
Sure, that's gonna come into play later, his mother.
Oh dear.
Come, we should lend what aid we can.
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since. The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself.
Shit.
Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning. What an extraordinary life he must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease. Woklama, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress. By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air? Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Ugh. Can't be much farther now, can it?
Seabirds. Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
Good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliola's coasts. Come.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
Ha! We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway. If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down. Oh. Easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Just like in the trailer.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
There, look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
Title crawl, baby! Feels good. I just have a stupid smile on my face right now. Oh shit. Tuliola. Dude, the music is bouncing.
gods. I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Vanu feathers in that color before.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tulihyolal are still few and far between. And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out or...
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next Dawn servant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tulihyolal?
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
Please, accept our apologies.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part? Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tulihyolal.
Oh, that jazzy. That jazzy swing, though, baby. Well, despite the storm's efforts to the contrary, here we are, safe and sound. You have arrived in Tulihyolal. You can return to the city at any time by speaking with the swarthy sailor in Scholar's Harbor and Old Charlian. Then, first things first. Still a bit queasy. No more boats for a while. I realize we just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. No arguments here. I should very much like to explore. Then I'll guide you. Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? Haha, we were wondering who these strange folk were, so the third promise has found herself some new followers then. Followers? Wuklamat, are you unwell? No, not at all. Couldn't be better. The third promise does not get seasick, no sir. As for my hand-picked entourage here, I've recruited them to help me win the rite of succession. I was about to show them around the city, in fact. It sounds lovely. But the group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if they're in the company of the third promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly were. Your siblings have a tendency to command a respectable distance. But you're just so easy to approach. And I enjoy it so much when you do. Please, don't you ever worry that you're a bother to me. You're very kind. Good day to you, Third Promise. They did have a point. Wuklamat is technically royalty here. Like it or not, a person of her station surrounded by this many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean technically? I suggest we move in two groups as to attract less attention. Just technically ignoring me then. MSQ, you and Kral can come with me. I'll take the twins then. We'll get in touch once we've had a good look around. That voyage was hard on us all, so take it slow and recuperate. We have time enough for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Perhaps we should wait a bit, at least until Wuklamat's nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself, what with the contest looming and all. Now then, seeing as we're already here, I might as well tell you about the harbor. Aaronville already mentioned the reefs in our coastal waters, which explains why you don't see any big ships moored at the docks. Only vessels with shallow drafts can navigate the bay, mostly small fishing boats or barges ferrying cargo up and down the rivers from inland settlements. Much of the incoming traffic is from Yaktural, the southern landmass. The clans there produce various goods for export. Their wares are unloaded here and carted off to the merchant stalls in the neighboring markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. I just want to say hi to this person who seems to be greeting everybody. Give them a hug. Swinging ass beat. Swinging ass beat. This is Bayside Bevy, Tuliolal's largest marketplace. Being right on the harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares go directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they most likely have. Oh, right. I should mention that here in Tuliolal, we buy things with Pel, a currency that the Pelu created. But don't worry, more and more trade is coming in from Eorzea, so most shops are happy to accept your gil. There's also Wakumekimiki, another market to the east of here, but that can wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Next, we'll head back a bit, then northwards up the stairs to a certain plaza. I can't wait to see the look on your faces. What do you think of that, eh? Goodness me, you have Aetherites in Tuliolal. I think I told you before, but my brother Kona spent 3 years studying in Sharlayan. He fell in love with the nation and its ways and brought back to us the knowledge of Aetherite construction. Papa warmed up to the idea at once, had one built immediately. Did you do the attuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again and then up the slope to the side. Right at the top is the gate which leads to Zakturao. Let's make a stop at Bright Plume Post on the way though. That's the headquarters for the Lance Guard. Okay. And then we go back down this way and then this way. Yeah, look at the city. It's bustling. Ooh, what a long way up. Let's talk to Kryle. Oops. Talk to Kryle about Tuliolal's elevation. Trudging up and down all these slopes and stairs is exhausting. I understand now where Muluk Wuk-Lamat gets her endless endurance. We have a lot of narrow, winding streets that crawl up the sides of the mountain. As you can see though, the builders made sure the city's main thoroughfares were wide enough to accommodate wagons. This place is huge. Oh, mini aetheryte shard. Let's grab that. Bal Majun. This here is Bright Plume Post, also known as the Lance Guard's headquarters. Under the command of the great Zoral Zhao, we hone our combat skills in order to apprehend any threats detected on patrol. You may come and go as you like, but don't cause trouble, you hear me? Here we are, Bright Plume Post. The soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending Tuliolald and preserving the peace. The Lance Guard are led by our nation's strongest warrior, and so naturally Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago, when Zoral Zhao took over as commander. The title is no empty honor. It means the first promise is considered equal to the Dawn Servant in martial strength. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to... Well, I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments later. Alphanord and Alice should be around to hear too. Come on, it's time I showed you the Sky Gate. It's right at the northern end of the Talon Mark. Holy moly, that's a huge ass door. Massive, isn't it? And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants, the Yokhui. Strictly speaking, Tural is actually two separate continents. Yak Tural, the southern lands of the mother, and Jak Tural, the northern lands of the father, which lie beyond the bridge. Legends say it used to be one great landmass, but long, long ago, the two gods fought a titanic battle, and one threw the other to the ground. The impact was so devastating as to split the continent in twain. A familiar sounding tale. I am put into mind the conflict between Hydaelyn and Zodiark. But getting back to Zaktural, those lands are also part of the Tulial nation, correct? That's right. Isn't my father incredible? He united the peoples of two continents into a single nation. The many clans of Tural had been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled the lands and put a stop to their myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you're more interested in what's behind the gate than hearing about my aspirations. Crossing the bridge to Zaktural requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits until the Rite of Succession is over. I promise to get you one when I'm Dawn Servant, but until then, you'll just have to wait. I'll hold you to that. I've never broken my word. Once the throne is mine, that travel permit is yours. We must have covered half the city by now. Tuliolal is unlike any other place I visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. Mountain Chromite Weapon Coffer, eye level 645. Mountain Chromite Twin Fangs. Oh, they're not as good? Hang on, let's see. They're not, but I wanted to see what they look like. Not bad, not bad. We also have the knapsack. Gleaner's knapsack. Yay, we're a gleaner. That's awesome. We'll head west next towards the Arch of the Dawn. Dirigible landing is on the way. You have dirigibles too? Tuliela certainly doesn't want for the methods of travel. We get by. Now, if you've seen enough of this area, let me know, and we'll continue on. The Arch of the Dawn is on the other side of the city, so speak up if you see something that interests you as we walk. Boom, ba-dum, boom, 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 ba-dum, boom, boom. I love the groove. I love this. This is a huge city. Oh, and it looks great at night. I'm still struggling to conceive how one could construct an entire city on the side of a mountain. This was originally the site of a Yakoi temple. The giants built it when they were first making the bridge to Zakdural to appease the god who slumbers in the great ocean trench. After the Yakoi withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries, so when Papa was establishing his new nation, he saw a structure he could refurbish into a palace, sitting practically in the center of Tural. He gathered artisans to do the work, and the houses they built for themselves became the foundation of the city you see today. Speaking of houses, we'll be passing through the Resplendent Quarter, the biggest residential district in Tuliolal. We climb these set of stairs here, all the way up. Wow. Look at that view. Oh my god, the reefs. Oh, it's fucking gorgeous. I love it here so much. The sheer scale of this place is incredible. I wonder what that carving at the top represents. Papa's palace is called Volok Shunsa, which roughly translates to invincible resilience. You probably want to take a closer look, but we'll be coming back here later. Let's move on for now. This way? This way. Let's grab the Aethernet shard first. So, this is the Resplendent Quarter. What manner of people live here? Oh, we have residents from all the Yogg-Toro clans. Mumulja, Zabra, Pelu Pelu, Moblin, Hanu Hanu. We also have Tonawafta, Etsaro, and Shatona, who moved south from their ancestral lands in Zaktural. In essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner of Tural. A true representation of Tulialal's diverse character. The adornments on each building contribute to the eclectic cultural aesthetic. It's also beautiful. Well, I'm glad you think so. Come, we continue down the stairs. I've never seen such an enormous drum. What would even one use to beat such an instrument? Which one? Where? Where are we looking? Where's the drum? Oh, that right there. Okay. Whew. That big drum there is called the Dawn Herald. They play it for formal occasions, like when honoring the Lance Guard's return from a dangerous duty. I tried hitting it with my axe once and ripped the skin. Earned me a proper scolding, let me tell you. I think that was the first time Papa held me upside down by the ankle. Here are dirigibles. Not bad, eh? I hear other nations use airships to sail the skies, but you'll only find balloons in Taliolal. We have them for the exact same reason as the Aetherites. Kona brought back the plans from Charlian, and Papa thought them fantastic and commissioned their construction. This was around 3 years ago. Since that time, we've added flights to other settlements. Trade with frontier communities has never been easier. But that's enough about them. The Arch of the Dawn awaits. I'm gonna grab this mini Aetherite real fast. This is it, the Arch of the Dawn. When the Giants were still here, it was known as the Yogg-Toro Land Gate, but when Papa founded Tuliolal, everyone began using its present name in honor of its great achievement. Through this gate is Kozama Uka, the wetland south of the city. Depending on what the right of succession asks of us, we might end up going in that direction. Kozama Uka. The name alone is intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those fluffy animals we passed earlier? Ah, those are alpacas. Fearsome four-legged fiends. Fearsome? They seem quite placid to me. You'll learn soon enough, Kryle. You'll learn soon enough. But forget the alpacas. I have something far more important to show you. Come along. If you wish to learn the history of Tuliolal, then look no further. Those stone pillars, you mean? This is so cool. Look at the lighting and everything. This is fantastic. I'm fucking loving it, guys. Oh, man. Alrighty. We're going to end it there for this block of recording. Thank you for watching so much. Thanks for following in the journey. Stay tuned for so much more. We'll see you in the next one.